The West Texas A&M Buffaloes bring a 1-0 record into the new season as they host an intersectional rivalry tonight with Minnesota State Moorhead. The Dragons out of Moorhead, Minnesota, dropped a 67-63 game to NCAA Elite Eight participant from a year ago, Damon, last night. The Buffaloes won their season opener 72-63 over a very strong Colorado Mesa team. And Lucas, what we are seeing with this Buffalo basketball team is a mix of returnees who didn't play a lot of minutes last year with some transfers and new freshmen. Same style, same result.
And I like what I saw yesterday, Kent, and I think as the game went on, they started getting more comfortable with each other. But you're right, Zach Toussaint, we know what he can do. Kevon Booker back from last season, a lot of athleticism, Hayden Blankley. But then you throw in some guys like Julius Brown, Larry Wise, who led the team in scoring yesterday, and some other players as well. The true freshman Jesse Owize, we like what he brought, his production off the bench. And here's the thing that I thought was good yesterday, Kent. You play a really good Colorado Mesa team. Buffs probably would have liked to have been better offensively. But how about that defense holding Mesa to just 63 points? 63
points. The Buffs very good there. Got out-rebounded by – or actually they out-rebounded the Mavericks by 6. Did strong. Interesting thing to watch today will be guys like Larry Wise, Jesse Owize. Strong debuts. Can they follow it up and be consistent? They're going to be doing it against a very strong MSU Moorhead team.
And
Moorhead,
the Dragons really won last night.
Out of the Northern Sun Conference, picked to win the Northern Sun, returned 12-letter winners and all 5 starters from a year ago. They prefer a half-court game, so it's going to be a difference in philosophies, but they're not afraid to push the ball, and they can push the ball. But what they will do is shoot threes until the cows come home. They did that yesterday unsuccessfully, but they kept putting them up, and when they start to fall, they can rack up a lot of points.
Yeah, yesterday they were 5 of 29 from the three-point line, and if you're WT, you're going to have to defend the three-point line. For West Texas A&M, want to see offensively if it does get better. We saw Quincy Henderson back there in the room getting his prep done, and he said, we got to be better. I said, Quincy, just one game.
It's a long march. Well, let's meet the starting lineup. First for the visiting Dragons out of Moorhead, Minnesota, in their 12th season under Chad Walthall. They'll start at one guard, Lorenzo McGee, 6'5" junior from Decatur, Georgia. McGee averaging 12 points, 5 rebounds. He's a first-team All-Northern Sun selection. Number 4, Jacob Beninja, 6-foot freshman from Maple Grove, Minnesota, averaging 6 points, 3 rebounds. He was just 2 of 11 from the field yesterday. Third guard, Gavin Baumgartner, 6'4" junior from Plymouth, Minnesota. He's averaging 7 points, 5 boards. Third guard, actually the fourth guard, Simon Sem, a 6'4" junior from Fargo, North Dakota. Sam averaging 5 points, 4 boards. And the big guy inside at forward, 6'7" sophomore from Hopkins, Minnesota, Dane Zimmer. He's averaging 6 points, 5 rebounds. For the Buffaloes in their 8th season under Tom Brown, they'll start at one guard, Jesse Owize, 6'5" freshman from Roanoke, averaging 6 points, 6 rebounds. The point guard, Julius Brown, a 5'10" junior from Westerville, Ohio. Julius averaging 15 points, 1 rebound. Transfer from Lincoln Memorial. The third guard, Kevon Booker, 6'6" sophomore from Schertz. Booker averages 6 points, 11 boards. The fourth guard, and he's a shooter, Zach Toussaint, 5'11" sophomore from Johnsburg, Illinois, averaging 15 points, 2 rebounds. He knocked down 3 three-pointers yesterday. The fourth guard, Hayden Blankley, 6'6" sophomore from Sydney, Australia, averaging 10 rebounds a game. He was held scoreless yesterday. And rounding out the starting 5, Larry Wise, 6'4" sophomore transfer from the University of North Texas. He's a native of Waxahachie. 21 points, 8 boards yesterday. And as I mentioned, new faces, you don't know what's going to happen. Guys like Larry Wise burst out in their debut with 21 points. Guys like Jesse Owize with the blocks, 2 blocks, 4 steals. They're a fun team to watch.
They are, and we see a big crowd on hand today as Buff Nation coming out to support Tom Brown, Chris Gove, Quincy Henderson, the West Texas A&M Buffaloes. Lucas Kinsey along with Kent Johnson. We're glad to have you with us on day 2 here at the D2CCA Tipoff Classic, brought to you by Suddenly. Kent, this is the first broadcast I've ever done where I've broadcasted a team that was the Dragons. Pretty fun.
Dragons wearing the bright red. Dragons in white script on the chest with the white numerals outlined in black. The Buffs in the new Under Armour whites with West Texas on the sleeve, kind of a football stripe across the shoulder. White shorts with WT emblazoned on the side. Buffs have the basketball going from our left to our right here in the first half. Toussaint, cross court to Blankley. Here's Wise. Step back from 18 off the front of the iron, no good.
We'll see man-to-man defense on that first possession by the Dragons. Buffs spread them out.
McGee with the rebound, quickly up court to Beninja. Get it to Zimmer, now back to McGee on the wing. Shot clock at 15. Beninja goes left wing to Baumgartner, working on Julius Brown. Height mismatch, now the double team from Blankley. McGee has it, shot clock at 4. Toussaint hounding him. McGee gets it out to Sam, whose shot rims out, but McGee's there for the offensive putback, and it won't go.
It's just a little too strong.
Booker with the rebound. Quickly the Buffs at the other end. Toussaint on the wing, long three, won't go in.
Now watch for this matchup, Baumgartner, who's bringing it up. He's a taller, strong guard. They're going to post him up.
He's at 6'4", and Julius Brown listed at 5'10". Here's Sam from outside, well, they called it a 3.
And that's an interesting shot for him there. Kind of brings it up above his head, a high release, but it worked.
Julius goes in and is rejected. Dane Zimmer got up there and swatted it away. At the other end, Baumgartner, his 3 no good. Toussaint with the rebound and bringing it up court, an element we didn't really see him do last year. Here's Brown from 15. The pull-up knocks it down.
I think we're just going to continue to fall more in love with Julius Brown because there's a lot of different things that he can do. Off the dribble, that one a nice pull-up jump shot. We saw him hit some threes yesterday.
Here's Beninja on the wing, dumps it to Zimmer. Zimmer backing down on Booker, spins. We've got some body contact inside. This is going to go on Kavon.
And that's a good example of strength right there, Ken. I mean, by the time he turned, Booker was underneath the basket.
Yeah.
Just got caught in a bad position there. You see here, 1 bounce, 2 bounce. Keep bouncing.
And the Dragons will do that to you all game long. Here's McGee on the wing, cross court to Sam. Baumgartner quickly inside to Zimmer. Back out to Baumgartner. Shot clock at 6, ball knocked away. Dragons basketball with 5 on the shot clock.
Quick hands there from Julius Brown. Yeah, so the Dragons feel like they've got the size advantage. They're going to take those threes, but they're also going to try to get it in the paint
Baumgartner to inbound. Quick 3 put up short by Beninja. Looked like Baumgartner went over the back of Brown, but Julius comes up with the rebound. Quickly at the other end. Jump stop. Toussaint gets it back to Brown.
They've read the scouting report. They are guarding Zach very close.
Here's Larry Wise with 10 on the shot clock, guarded by McGee. Wise in the paint, turn around. Couldn't get it to fall. Created some space but couldn't finish.
A great spin move, just left it short.
Baumgartner to McGee. He'll put up the 3, a little strong, and there's Blankley with the rebound.
Hayden rebounded really well yesterday.
Had 10.
Yeah.
Here's Toussaint with the long-range 3.
That's why they're guarding him closely. You leave him for just a second, it's going in.
Yeah, you give him just 18 inches and he'll knock it down. Buffs lead 5-3, 3 minutes in. Baumgartner goes around a screen from Zimmer. Zimmer on the give and go. They're going to call Kavon with a block, and that's his second.
Yeah, Kavon tried to take a charge. He was late, sliding over. He's frustrated right now. He's going to have to come to the bench. Dalen Williams will check in along with.
That's Addison Wallace.
Wallace, yeah.
Addison Wallace, transfer from Texas State, Cleveland, Texas native. Dalen Williams, transfer from Northwestern State in Louisiana, native of nearby Stinnett. And Cameron Bell, returning from Edmond, Oklahoma.
A deep bench this season for Tom Brown's team.
Number 12, one shot.
Zimmer hits the first, misses the second. Buff lead is one. Wallace has height, plays on the wing, but he can also handle the basketball.
Yeah.
Here's JB. Thought about the step back. Bell to Toussaint. Gets tied up at the lane. Gets it back to Bell. 13 on the shot clock. 16 minutes remaining in the first. Bell, no one on him. He'll launch the three. It's a little strong. There's Williams with the rebound. Distributes to Wallace.
That was a grown man rebound in there from Williams.
And then had the presence of mind to get it out to a teammate instead of force it up. Here's Zach driving. Puts it up. Yes, and a foul.
Oh, baby.
Again, elements of his game that we didn't get to see years past because of other personnel.
This is a little bit of bench press in the offseason, some muscle, yes.
And a little emotion by the Illinois native. We've got a timeout on the floor. Your Buffs lead 7-4. You're watching the D2CCA Tipoff Classic.
All right, it's time now.
Sponsored.
Joints begin to fail. It's more than an inconvenience. The relentless grinding pain slows you down and can even stop you from doing the things you enjoy in life. At Physicians Surgical Hospitals, our skilled orthopedic experts are using advanced robotic surgeries to get you back to being you sooner with a less painful recovery. We're doing more than restoring joints. We're restoring lives.
Your Buffaloes.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center.
We thought the excitement was Toussaint's shot, but there's more to come.
Everything's falling here, Kent. During the timeout, get the crowd involved on some shots, and a half-court shot was made.
At the line.
Youngster knocked it down and got this building going. Toussaint trying to keep the energy with the and one, and he's got it. 6 quick points for Zach Toussaint. 15:40 to play. Buffs up 8-4. Here's Gatner Queth, who was in the starting lineup yesterday. Gives it to Baumgartner. Spin move. No. Addison Wallace keeps the ball alive, and the Buffs can't grab it. Wallace had 2 swipes at it, but just had one hand up there. And by the time Toussaint grabbed the ball, it was out of bounds.
Every time you say Baumgartner, I'm looking out there looking for a pitcher. Nope.
Inbounds comes to Queth in the corner. Backs in on Wallace. Bumps Wallace, gets some space and goes in. Addison was trying to give the illusion of a foul, and Wesley Ford wasn't buying it.
It was a smooth offensive move there.
Here's Wallace in the corner. Puts the
Isolated.
ball on the floor. Drives. Feeds Williams, who is blocked by Jesse Berg.
Yeah, and that's one where he caught at his position, he felt like he needed to go underneath, but the defender was shielded that way. He could have went back on the left side and probably could have made that. Good defense, though, inside the interior. By number 35, Berg.
Cameron drives in, had a nice screen by Williams, but couldn't get the layup to fall. Quickly down court, McGee gets it back to Ersfeld. Underneath to Queth, and he is wrapped up by Larry Wise.
Good form tackle there by Wise.
Wise first personal, second team. Might tell Hunter Hughes we've got a safety man back there that knows how to wrap him up. Buffs down in Kingsville.
Right.
They'll kick off in about 3 hours here. Wish them all the best tonight. Here's Queth in the corner, guarded by Wise. Kicks it outside. Berg with a long three, no good. Bell with the rebound. Buffs basketball and a 2-point lead. Brown wanting to drive baseline, nowhere to go. Out to Wallace. Gets a high post screen from Williams. Mid-range jumper won't go.
Thought about it.
Wow, hit everywhere except in the net.
That was a high release from Wallace.
He's got an old school shooting form. Get that ball up above your head. There's Berg on the block. Two big men going at it. Cross court now to Ersfeld. He'll take the three if you let him. Brown's not giving them that. Shot clock at 6. McGee guarded by Wise. Takes a three, no good. Rebound on the floor.
Oh.
Wise has it, ran into Wallace, and we're going to have a jump ball. Addison took Wise's forearm across the neck, and he's holding his throat.
Yeah,
Two
both,
Buffs come together.
Both shaking up there. That was a good defensive possession by WT. They did everything except for secure the rebound, obviously, but not because of lack of effort.
And the alternating possession gives the Dragons a fresh 20. 8-6 our score. 13.5 to play in the first. Here's Queth and McGee. On top to Berg. Now it's Ersfeld. He'll take the jumper. Can't get it to go. Ball loose. Julius Brown comes up with it. We're off to the races. He'll pull up from 15 and knock it down from 15.
That's smooth. That's two of those that he's hit already. Because if you're guarding him, you got to be thinking, I got to get back. He's about to blow by me.
He's going to blow by. He just pulled up on that one. The other move that we saw yesterday is he'll do the drop back step from there. That is tough to defend, and he's confident. You can tell when he put it up, he knew the ball was going down. Queth lowers the shoulder. Addison Wallace takes the charge.
Perfect defense there, as now the Dragons are in a scoring drought of over 2.5 minutes. They're 1 for their last 10 from the field, and a lot of that has to do with what you just saw there. Great defense by the Buffaloes.
Unselfish play.
His first, team second.
Buffs up 4, 10-6, just inside of 13 to play in the first.
All right, Mr. Energy in the game, Jesse Awize for the Buffs.
Here's Blankley from outside. He was held scoreless yesterday, but had 10 big boards. Speaking of boards, Awize gets one and works a foul.
Love that effort.
Freshman from Roanoke, 6 points and 6 rebounds yesterday, 2 of 2 from the line. Will go to the line for the first time this afternoon.
He showed some patience there, too, after grabbing that rebound. Didn't rush it, the shot. Waited until he could get the defender in the air and drew the foul.
For a freshman straight out of high school, he has got a body on him.
He does. And a smart player as well. Shows a lot of trust that he has already earned, obviously, in the offseason practices from the coaching staff to throw him out there.
And he gets the task of guarding 6'7" Zimmer in the Buffs man defense. Here's McGee, gives it to Zimmer. Back to McGee. It's guarded by Wise. McGee loses control, picks it up, tries to pass, stolen away by Awize. The freshman down court, off the glass, won't get it to fall, gets his own rebound, feeds Wise. Buffs get a fresh 20. Blankley for 3.
Good hustle, and that's what led to a second chance.
Think about the ball movement. The rebound taken right under the basket, the way they distributed the ball out to the wing. If you're playing defense, you are in scramble mode. Here's Ersfeld misfiring from 3. Awize with the rebound and the outlet to Tucson.
The Dragons are ice cold right now from the field.
Zach from 17, a little short there. Cameron Bell hustles in for the rebound. Now Wise thought about taking it. In the lane, spin move, working on McGee, off the glass and in. inside-outside play by the Buffs.
Yeah, it's working well, and the Dragons have got to be careful here. Trailing 17-6. They need some offense desperately.
McGee on the wing. Had 12 points yesterday, scoreless through the first 9 today. He'll try a 3, knocks it down.
There's a shot that drops.
First team All-Northern Sun selection. He was the newcomer of the year ago. Blankley wants another 3. It won't go.
Here, Tom Brown, go rebound. He's fine with the missed shot. Somebody go rebound there.
There are no bad shots, but you'd better hustle after it. Buffs up 17-9. 10.5 to play here in the first. Gavin Mirren gives it off to Zimmer. Hands it to McGee. Cross court to Queth, driving on Blankley. Blankley had a hand on the ball and gets the rebound. I think he altered that shot. Blankley on the wing, starts to drive. Don't see that from him too much. Nope. Wise almost slips down. Regains composure. Shot clock at 12. Blankley wide open for 3, and it won't go.
That's a good look.
Looked like it was in.
Got a lot of subs set to check in. 4 players ready to come in for the Dragons and 2 for the Buffs. Some tired bodies on day 2.
Ersfeld on the wing, distributes inside to Zimmer, backs in on Awize. They kick it outside. Right corner, Mirren for 3, short. Ball goes out of bounds.
And again, that's textbook defense. They double inside on the post. Then on the closeout, after the kick out, they close out the shooter.
We've got a full timeout on the floor.
That
was Wise working down low. We've got a timeout on the floor. 9:34 to play in the first. Buffs lead it 17-9. You're watching the D2CCA Tipoff Classic, sponsored by Suddenlink.
80 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Buffs!
Buffaloes lead 17-9 over Minnesota State Moorhead, and some really strong defense being applied early in this one by the Buffaloes to build this 8-point lead.
Buffs have 5 offensive rebounds, 10 second chance points, 5 points off turnovers. 0 for MSU Moorhead.
And the Dragons are only shooting 18% from the field right now.
Some stiff defense by the Buffaloes. Here's Wallace, shakes free, finds Brown in the corner, shot clock at 5. Need to get a shot up. Cameron Bell drives, gets it off, and hits nothing but net.
No problem. He knew it the whole time, right? That was a pretty shot.
He played in the shadows of the guards last year, and he's getting a chance to show what he can do this year. Here's Sam, left side to Zimmer, goes underneath on Williams. Williams alters the shot, but the Dragons keep the rebound, but not for long as Julius Brown steals a pass. Brings it down to the baseline. Now they'll set up the offense. Bell drives, finds Wallace with the reverse lay-in, yes!
Great feed from Cameron Bell. The cut and the finish.
These guys act like they have played together. Yesterday at times it wasn't there. Outside, Sam shuffles the feet.
The scoring
12-point Buffalo lead.
The scoring drought continues, nearing 3 minutes for the Dragons. 4 turnovers in the last 7 minutes for the Dragons, 1 of 8 from the field.
And a 13-3 run for WT. Brown thought about it. Dalen Williams gave him a big screen. Then Williams in the corner to Blankley underneath. The turnaround is short.
Oh, that was good defense inside by Zimmer.
Zimmer really did a nice job of squaring up and playing D, and then he got the rebound. Here's Sam on the wing, guarded by Wallace.
You know, Kent, you told me the Dragons like the three. The Buffs are defending the three pretty well. That time they leave one open.
And Zimmer misses. Williams with the rebound. Quickly down court. Wallace wants someone to give him a screen. Blankley obliges. Wallace up top. He'll put up a three and knock it down, Eddie Wallace.
It's like he's surveying the defense. No ball screen. Okay, defense backs up. You're going to give me the shot? Okay, I'll hit it.
Every player on the floor has offensive potential, and they're showing it this evening. 24-9 Buffs, 7:04 to play in the first. Full timeout on the court. You're watching the D2CCA Tipoff Classic, sponsored by Sudden Link.
Welcome to MetaDrive Pharmacy, Canyon's hometown pharmacy for over 32 years. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to counsel you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly, professional service and the highest quality medicines and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all your healthcare needs.
This is what a new heart valve looks like. This is what a bypassed artery looks like. And this is what a repaired aortic aneurysm looks like. The BSA Heart and Vascular team is here to help you live life to the fullest. From our state-of-the-art cardiac technologies to our dedicated heart specialists, our goal is to help you take the very best care of your heart so you can enjoy everything else that matters to you. BSA for life.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Lucas Kinsey along with Kent Johnson, the Thunder Vision production team, our director for this one, Jacob Johnson. We appreciate everyone watching on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. And Kent, we are appreciating what we are seeing from West Texas A&M right now. They lead 24-9, but it's the defense that we're so impressed with.
And it's not just the guards on the defense. Hayden Blankley has altered some shots. He hasn't necessarily gotten credit for blocks, but he's altered shots. And we were discussing during the timeout the play of Dalen Williams. He's not going to score a lot for you, but he does the things on the defensive end that win you ball games.
You're exactly right. They get another stop defensively.
And there's a nice give and go. And Addison Wallace with a finger roll.
Addison, I about got out of my seat there, man.
How about the feed from Blankley, though, and the communication between them on the floor. Here's a long four by Beninja, knocks it down. He was 0 of 7 yesterday, and shooters shoot their way out of slumps. That might get him started.
That stopped the 9-0 run the Buffs were on.
Brown hammered as he goes inside. Did they get Zimmer or did they get Beninja? That's going to go on Jacob Beninja, his first.
Jacob Beninja with his first personal foul.
That's the fourth team foul against the Dragons.
And AOMS trip to the line for the Buffalo's Julius Brown.
Julius Brown goes to the line. He was 0 of 1 yesterday. Knocks the first one down. He'll have a second shot coming.
This Minnesota State Moorhead team, head coach Chad Walthall in his 12th season, and the coaching staff for WT obviously knows Coach Walthall well from the old days at Winona.
2 points.
Northern Sun Minkmer. Julius knocks them both down. He's got 6. Had 15 yesterday. 6:20 to play. Buffs by 14. Here's Baumgartner driving, pulls up, hook.
Yeah.
Gets it to drop.
Pretty move.
Yeah. He went up against 3 Buffaloes.
The good thing for WT today, we're seeing especially when you talk offense, is everybody is producing. You're getting production really from every player.
Well, what you like to see is the movement away from the basketball. They're not standing around. Here's Tucson. He's not standing around.
Tucson!
He's got 8 points. Good offensive set there where they run him off some screens and a good pass.
You know, the WT's basketball programs has a rebounding machine. What you shoot, it catches the ball and sends it back to you. Zach works on that exact shot every morning. Over and over, and he makes it, and he makes it, and he makes it.
Yeah, it's a habit. That release just natural for number 14.
Brown with the step back. Passes to Blankley, back to Toussaint.
He's still in range. You better get a hand up.
5:20 to play in the first. Buffs up 30-14. Toussaint, I think that was going to be a lob to Aweezy, but it might have been a miss off the glass. And they're going to call a charge on Bryce Ersfeld. Wow. It looked like Ersfeld was ducking under, was it Toussaint?
No, they called it on Berg, Kent. They called Berg with moving on the
away,
screen.
okay,
Yeah.
So moving screen.
And for Berg,
that's his first foul.
Okay, no?
5th team foul, is it not? Second.
Yeah.
Here's Brown. Pull up, 16, knock it down.
Okay. That's the go-to right there. The pull-up J for JB.
Had a JB the last 2 years. He was 7 foot. This JB's under 6, but he is an offensive dynamo. Here's a 3 from the corner. High arcing shot, no good by Baumgartner. Wallace with the rebound. Gives it to Aweezy! Oh! Gotta love it.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm ready to call Addison Wallace with the finger roll, and all of a sudden the bounce pass goes to the freshman. Let's rattle the rim. And a steal. Aweezy starts it. Ahead to Brown. Gives it back to Toussaint for 3. Knock it down.
The building is on fire right now.
Can you sustain this till March, Lucas?
Goodness gracious.
37-14, inside of 4 to play in the first.
Bunch of new players. This looks like the same Buffaloes here to me, Kent.
Almost a steal. Aweezy got a hand on it. Sim in the corner feeds Baumgartner. Double team. Wallace, Aweezy. And they're going to get Aweezy with the reach in, I believe. But that was hustle. Nope. They're going to get Larry Wise, Addison Wallace.
Let's see, do we have the replay on the dunk on that one? Let's go back to.
We've got a timeout on the floor.
Yeah, Weezy.
Let's see what we got here. Here we go. Wallace brings it down. Little bounce pass. Wham, bam. 37-14, 3:41 to play in the first. We'll be back after this. You're watching the D2CCA Tipoff Classic, sponsored by Suddenlink.
Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
Welcome back to the first night of Bank Center. Buffs lead at 37-14 over Minnesota State Moorhead. Here's Jesse Aweezy, what his high school coach said about him when the Buffs recruited him. He's super athletic, has excellent court vision, and plays above the rim. Yes, we just saw that. We got a whistle. They're going to get WT with a hold.
Yeah, that's going to be Cameron Bell with his first. The other 5th team foul.
The other thing I like is the head coach, Scott Curran of Byron Nelson, says that Jesse puts the team first and is an absolute winner.
And we're about to see an over and back. Turnover, Buffs force another one.
So this is what Quincy Henderson had in mind, right? He was saying he wanted to see.
Yeah, let's see what he can do. Well,
for the
there
Buffaloes.
you go.
And really just from everyone, again, it's just a balanced production. Aweezy with 4, JB with 8, Toussaint with 11 points. Wise has scored. Cameron Bell hit a good shot.
we've talked about it before. I mean, you got the transfers that come in and they're contributing. Here's Brown with a step back.
That's filthy. That is straight filthy there.
But the freshmen that the Buffs are getting are pipeline kids coming from schools that we've had previous success recruiting from, and it just establishes a tradition. Waxahachie, Roanoke, Rowlett. Here's Cameron to Brown on the wing. 3 minutes to play in the half. Brown off the glass. He got it.
Julius Brown.
12 points for Brown. 41-14. Buffs with 2:48 to play in the first.
Yeah, this is a basketball score, not football, 41-14.
Baumgartner forces one up. Owize gets his 5th rebound.
It's just incredible right now. Still 2:30 to play, so a lot of time. But to hold a team to 14 points nearing the end of the first half.
Moorhead isn't a team that's going to light up the scoreboard. They want that score to be 65-75. But they are a strong team, and the Buffs are just running past them.
Yeah, it's a 15-2 run for WT over the last 4 minutes.
Now, having said that, everything the Buffs put up is falling. Everything that the fans are putting up in the intermissions is falling. We've seen a half-court shot. We saw a three-point shot made. They're going to have to go at the other end in the second half.
Yeah.
Here's Owize on the wing to Toussaint. He's open. He nails it.
Just happened to look down. One of the assistant coaches down there for Minnesota State Moorhead had to look like, are you kidding me?
This is one of those, who scouted this team? Toussaint with 14 in the first. Here's Queth, no good. McGee goes up and is going to draw the foul.
Yeah, the Buffs held underneath. And this is tough. You get into these situations on the road if you're Minnesota State Moorhead here, and this deficit, you just start to look up and think, well, we've got to get it all back right now. And instead, just nothing going in for the Dragons.
Just looking back at recent scores, well, 17-9. Here we go. It was 7-4.
Okay.
It was 7-4 at the 15:52 mark.
So that's a 37-7.
Yeah, that's a run, and those are hard to overcome. 7 points in the last 13 minutes for Minnesota State Moorhead. Here's a strong drive by Beninja. Can't get it to fall, but he'll go to the line.
Hayden Blankley, his first personal.
Blankley picks up his first, team foul number 7 against the Buffs. Be a 2-shot foul for Beninja from Maple Grove, Minnesota.
Jacob Beninja.
And I don't know Maple Grove, Minnesota, Lucas. It may be in the middle of Minneapolis, but to me it sounds like white picket fences and beautiful farm fields. Beninja knocks them both down. He's got 5 on the afternoon. 44-16 our score, Buffaloes, as we near the halftime break. Toussaint, he'll hit a 3. Off the back of the iron, no good. And it'll be the Dragons basketball. I'm trying to think if I've ever called a collegiate game for
the
Dragons. Yeah.
You know, there's
it's
the
a
high school
common.
football team, South Lake Carroll, is the Dragons.
Yeah, you hear it at the high school level, but you just don't come across it in college. I mean, as a kid, is a Dragon better than a Buffalo? Well, you'd think that Fire would get them. That's kind of a Mike Leach thought there.
Right.
But right now it's the Buffaloes. Rebound. Down court quickly. Addison Wallace feeds Williams off the glass, left-handed.
Galen Williams.
1 minute to play. The Buffs up 30. 46-16. Pronounce that county. We're looking up Maple Grove, Minnesota, for those of you not able to see what's going on. Here's McGee with the right-handed hook. Nice touch.
We may have to get Lady Buffs player Carly Machenbacher to
She could tell you about Maple Grove,
talk
Minnesota.
to us about Minnesota.
Yeah. Like I say, it may be in the inner city. I don't know, but it sure sounds pastoral. 46-18. Buffs up comfortably here in the first half as the final 30 seconds ticks down. Shot clock at 11. JB with a step back. Knock it down.
Julius Brown.
Wow. Buffs can do no wrong here in the first half. You just hope it'll maintain for the final 20. Here's McGee on Wallace. Short. Blakely with the rebound. Tom Brown calls timeout.
Timeout.
Draw up a play with 3.7 seconds, right?
Yeah, well, you never know.
They might want to have this kid from the crowd come out there. He can hit one from half court. We know that. Yeah, so Maple Grove, Minnesota, Kent. Let's see, population
61,000, yeah. Okay, so let's
northwest region of the Minneapolis-St. Paul
there we
area.
go. Okay, there we go. Suburb of the Twin.
Joints begin to fail. It's more than an inconvenience. The relentless grinding pain slows you down and can even stop you from doing the things you enjoy in life. At Physicians Surgical Hospitals, our skilled orthopedic experts are using advanced robotic surgeries to get you back to being you sooner with a less painful recovery. We're doing more than restoring joints. We're restoring lives.
A smile is understood in any language. It represents joy, love, and shows you care. At Full Smile Dental, our mission is to build lifelong relationships one smile at a time by providing accessible, compassionate, quality care with the person.
Toussaint forces one up, wanted a foul.
And your Scarborough specialty score.
And we're going to take it to the half. Buffs lead it 48-18. We'll take a full timeout when we come back. Lucas is going to visit with Lady Buff head coach Josh Prock. We'll break down this first half of action after we come back. You're watching Buffalo Basketball and the D2CCA Tipoff Classic, sponsored by Suddenlink.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Bud Light, proudly brewed
in the heart of Texas.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
How do you make something that's already fresh even fresher? By adding fresh new things, like crisp pico de gallo for a little kick, and creamy cilantro lime sauce for that extra whoa. And pepper jack cheese because, of course, all on top of 2 fresh beef patties, or with chicken on a brioche bun. Whataburger's limited time pico de gallo burger and new pico de gallo chicken sandwiches. Good thing for fresh things. Good thing there's Whataburger.
80 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is...
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Lucas Kinsey with you as we're at halftime of the men's game, and what a start it's been for WT as the Buffs lead 48-18 over Minnesota State Moorhead. We'll scoot this way a little bit, Coach Prock.
Yes, sir.
So right now being joined by Lady Buffs head coach Josh Prock for West Texas A&M. They fall to Drury today, 91-78 the final, and Coach, this one was tough all the way through 4 quarters. West Texas A&M, I thought defensively, really did a good job against, obviously, a team. You know, I was talking to a lot of the Lady Buff fans today before we got this thing started, and everybody was saying, man, Drury is really good. They saw what Drury did yesterday against Southwestern Oklahoma State. So there's no secret, the opponent that we were playing today, but gave them everything they could handle. Your thoughts after a hard game in a loss, 91-78?
I mean, I'm very, very encouraged about our girls, Lucas. I mean, we're getting better. I mean, obviously, we want to do a better job of handling the press. You know, I mean,
so did Southwestern Oklahoma State. I mean, back-to-back days where they forced 26 turnovers.
Yeah, and you're not going to usually see that in practice. It's hard to replicate that.
Yes.
You know, and so it was good for us. I mean, to get that experience and to see that kind of pressure, because we got to be better at it for sure, and we'll get better. But the thing I was most encouraged about today is the fight.
Yes.
These kids kept fighting. They slugged us, we slugged back, just kept being a slug. And, I mean, really, we had the tempo where we wanted it in the first half.
Yes.
I didn't want to play faster with them. I wanted to play a little slower, and we did.
Yeah.
You know, and just they came out in the second half, and give them credit. They came out and played harder than we did at the beginning. And, you know, at the end of the day, I mean, we got to get that corrected, and we will. But a lot of encouraging signs today.
Offensively, I thought that you got more production. Obviously, Olivia Lewis was very good today with a double-double, 19 points, 15 rebounds. Machenbacher was good again, 12 points for her, 5 assists, 5 steals. We know what we're going to get with Zam Roberts, obviously back-to-back 20-plus point games for her. But some other players I felt like today really kind of let loose a little more. And this is what I think you had hoped you would see from your team early in the season.
Yeah, I think you can point out a kid like, you know, Carly's played well for the last couple games, but today, like, you know, to your point, Jillian Sowell played extremely well today. I mean, she came and, I mean, did really well with her free throws.
She liked the tempo of this game, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did. That's kind of good for her style and stuff like that. So, I mean, at the end of the day, she's gotten better. I was really pleased to, because you know as well as I do, Lucas, you're going to be in a lot of tight games. If you go 32 for 36 from the foul line, that's going to win you a lot of games.
It really
so I was very pleased with how well we shot free throws today.
What did you talk to your team after the game about in terms of after 2 straight games against quality opponents? What are you talking about in the locker room?
I mean, one, keep your heads up.
Okay.
I mean, because it's a absolutely long season. I mean, I told them you have 31 regular season games. You still have 29. Most teams only play 28 games.
Okay.
So we're still well ahead of that, you know. And I mean, just keep your head up, keep fighting. We will get better at this stuff, you know, and we'll get a lot of stuff corrected. But I was also pleased we rebounded really well today.
Yes.
I mean, the biggest thing that sticks out is the turnovers.
Right.
You know, you turn over 18 times. That could have been a different game today.
Yeah.
You know, and so.
Lady Buffs tomorrow will take on Southwestern Oklahoma State. The Bulldogs won their game today, and so you're going to see a similar pace. You're going to see a similar style in terms of defensively, where Southwestern Oklahoma State will run a lot of players off the bench in and out. They're going to full court press. They're going to get up and down the court. They want to shoot threes. They were hot today. They made their threes, so maybe they got rid of those and, as you play tomorrow. But the quick turnaround against Southwestern Oklahoma State, give the preview there, and what you want to see your team do better tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. They do similar styles to Drury, maybe not as quite as aggressive, but one of the things we want to do is take care of the ball better.
Okay.
You know, you got kind of the two worlds here. Against Central Missouri, we did a good job taking care of the ball. Had 8 turnovers. Today we had 26. Yesterday we got out-rebounded. Today we out-rebounded them. You want to see them put it all together.
Okay.
Put it all together tomorrow and be feeling good going into. Because I mean, I know on Wednesday we have the exhibition game against Baylor. I mean, that'll be another.
Just keep them coming, Josh.
Yeah, I know. But the thing about it that I do like, Lucas, is that we finish up Sunday, and then we have 2 weeks before our next D2 game. So we got a lot of things that we can get corrected and get better at, and then that's when we start getting into really strong region play.
Sure.
And those games that you got to get, the region games. So anyway, we're excited about that, and we'll see what happens.
I really liked I felt like at the end of this one, this was a game where if you were a Drury Lady Panther fan, certainly a player or a coach, but a fan, you had to say, okay, we're going to remember this team. I mean, they gave us a fight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I talked to their coaches. I'm good friends with Coach Egan and, Coach Millette and those guys. I mean, they're great coaches, great. I mean, there's a reason why they've had the success they've had.
Yeah.
And I asked them, I like to ask the other coaches, like, hey, where do you think we are as far as nationally and stuff like that? I mean, even them in Central Missouri, both coaches both have said, you guys are a top 20 team. You're good enough to be there. It's just you guys need the experience together.
Sure.
That's where you guys are lacking right now. And we knew that coming in. And I'm going to give a shout-out to these Buff fans. They're simply amazing.
You having fun?
Oh, they're coming up, encouraging our girls, encouraging people. That's exactly what these kids need right now. And it means the world to me. So hopefully I know the ones here may not be listening, but if they are, shout out to you guys. We appreciate it very much. It helps the kids continue to keep going, Lucas.
All right, we're going to get back at it tomorrow, 4 o'clock. Southwestern Oklahoma State and West Texas A&M. Thanks for stopping by, Coach Brock.
You're welcome. No problem.
All right, we'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have some halftime stats for you, and we'll get ready for the second half. WT leads at the break 48-18 over MSU Moorhead. We're back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Bud Light, proudly brewed
in the heart of Texas.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. West Texas A&M men lead at halftime 48-18. We appreciate Coach Brock stopping by and visiting with us. Again, Lady Buffs fell to a great Drury team, 91-78. Here's our halftime box there, KJ. So the Buffaloes lead 48-18. That is correct, sir. 48-18 over the Dragons.
Score like we've seen the last couple of years. 54% from the floor for the Buffs, 19 of 35. How about 5 of 11 on threes, 45%, and continuing a trend from yesterday. Very solid on free throws, 5 of 5. But defense, that's where it's all at. They've held Moorhead to 20% from the floor, just 6 of 30. The Dragons struggled from three-point range yesterday. They continue today, just 3 of 17. That's 17%. The Dragons have been to the line 4 times, knocking down 3. Leaders for the Dragons, they have nobody in double-figure scoring. Lorenzo McGee and Jacob Beninja each with 5. For the Buffaloes, Julius Brown has 14 points, 6 of 7 from the floor. Zach Toussaint has 14, 5 of 9 from the floor with 3 3-pointers. And then Addison Wallace has contributed 7, going 3 of 4 from the floor. Buffs just 1 turnover in a very up-and-down paced game. They have forced 7 turnovers, converting 14 points off of turnovers. The Dragons have not scored off of a turnover. The Buffs outscoring the Dragons 16-6 in the paint. We thought that would be a strength for MSU Moorhead. The Buffs' second chance points, outscoring the Dragons 10-4. Fast break points, 7 for the Buffaloes. That means somewhere in there was a 3-pointer that resulted, and the Buffs bench showing its depth with 15 points to 2 for the Dragons.
Yeah, and Kent, I go back to what we looked at here at the 15:52 mark. They hadn't heated up yet, really, either team. 7-4 was the score there at the 15:52 mark. So 48-18 halftime score. And
well, that's 41-14.
Goodness.
Yeah. Wow. Now, the thing is, there's 20 more minutes of basketball to play, and I'll be the first to say, we have seen large leads disappear in the past. I'd like to see the Buffs continue it, but this South bucket, as we mentioned, the Buffs were hot here in the first half. We saw a fan make a midcourt shot in the first half. We saw a fan make a half-court shot in the first half. Yesterday, we saw a fan make a free throw at that same bucket. So now we're going to go the other way. But, man, this is fun.
It is. Halftime score 48-18. West Texas A&M leading. We're going to take a final 1-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll start second half play. You're watching WT and Minnesota State Moorhead right here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. Back after this.
When joints begin to fail, it's more than an inconvenience. The relentless grinding pain slows you down and can even stop you from doing the things you enjoy in life. At Physicians Surgical Hospitals, our skilled orthopedic experts are using advanced robotic surgeries to get you back to being you sooner with a less painful recovery. We're doing more than restoring joints. We're restoring lives.
A smile is understood in any language. It represents joy, love, and shows you care. At Full Smile Dental, our mission is to build lifelong relationships one smile at a time by providing accessible, compassionate, quality care with the personal touch of friendship. Come see us at Full Smile Dental, located in Canyon, Amarillo, Dumas, and Dalhart, and ask us about our
Up on your feet.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Look at the WT Buffalo bench right there on that side of things. Tom Brown telling his team, hey, we got to stay focused, keep the foot on the gas pedal. On the other side for the Dragons, obviously, Coach Walthall is chatting to his guys about, let's have a good start. Let's work this first 4 minutes, start making some shots, and then they have to play better defense. We've been talking about the WT defense a lot, but the WT offense is pretty good too, KJ.
Yeah, the offense, the unselfishness we've seen, the one stat that I didn't even pay attention to, just 7 assists. I was expecting maybe a few more out of 19 field goals.
And only one.
But one turnover. That assist-to-turnover ratio is what you want. 7-to-1 is out of this world. You like to have it about 3.5-to-1. MSU Moorhead, 3 assists to 7 turnovers, so they're upside down. And it's the Buffs basketball to start the half as Toussaint kicks it in the backcourt to Julius Brown. Brown over to Wise, and we're underway here in the second half of play. This crowd ready to get cranking again as Wise drives in, and he's going to be tied up, and it's Dragons basketball.
Good help defense as Beninja comes off of his man and ties up the basketball.
As you said, Coach Walthall is probably breaking down the second half into 4-minute segments, and we've got to chip away. You're not going to score 30 points on one bucket. Here's McGee inside, blocked by Booker. He gets the rebound.
Like an old school Wilt Chamberlain play there.
Well, okay, we're not going to let up on the defensive end. What happens at the other side? Brown cross court to Booker. Distributes inside to Wise. He's a lot of body contact there. That ball was deflected. No foul called. Rebound comes out to Baumgartner. Here's Baumgartner. Little floater, no good. The follow.
They get a foul on Kavan.
By Zimmer, and Kavan just picked up his third.
Yeah, he did.
And he came over the back. I thought he got a lot of ball, but he came from behind, and that's what he was guilty of.
Let's see if they let him play or if the Buffs will get a sub in. Looks like they'll let Kavan stay on the floor.
Zimmer knocks down the first. He was 1 of 2 in the first half. Had 6 points last night against Damon. He's got 3 points tonight. Only 5 Dragons had field goals in the first half. Here's Booker. Tries to drive baseline on Zimmer. Turnaround off that glass! Put it in and count it!
Well, that's a way to get your first basket of the game, Kavan Booker. He's smiling after that one. That was sweet.
And Jacob Beninja comes out of the huddle with the look of, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, and he's exactly right because he's trying to contain Booker, who's 6'6". He fades and still hits it off the window.
Kavon misses the free throw. That's the Buffs' first miss of the afternoon. It's 50-20. Buffs by 30.
A cat and mouse game away from the ball with JB.
Sim gets it to Bumgartner on the baseline. Double team back to Sim.
Ooh.
Strong move against Kavon, who just picked up his fourth.
He did, and that was a emphatic play there.
Sim went in there with a vengeance. Now that'll bring Dalen Williams off the bench. Williams again, a local Panhandle product from tiny West Texas High School in Stinnett, located just outside of Borger.
And Sim is from Fargo, North Dakota.
Sim converted on the three-point play. Dalen, a 6'9" graduate student. Here's Zach outside, takes a three, knocks down the three.
All it took
he
was
moved to where the screen was.
Well, and they didn't communicate on the screen. Blankley sets the screen. The scouting report on the ball screens with Toussaint says you better switch it and switch it hard.
Yeah, you're not going to go under the screen and get him.
Because if you go under, he's got space, and the shot's going up and in.
Oh, Zimmer lowers the shoulder into Williams, gets away with it. Williams gets the rebound, Bumgartner, and they're going to call an offensive foul before the shot.
Yeah, there were a couple of potential fouls in that sequence.
Simon Sam, I believe,
Simon
gets the first personal. Hard play there by Dalen Williams coming up with the ball. And here on the inbounds, the Buffs throw it away. Running jumper put up by Beninja, no good. Blankley with the rebound. Buffs up 53-23. Brown shot blocked by Zimmer. Williams gets the offensive rebound. Backs in, turns on Zimmer, puts it off the glass, won't go, but there's Wise with the tip.
Strong follow by Larry Wise.
Observation, the Buffs have more bodies this year than they've had in the past. We're used to seeing the tall, slender guys on the wing, and now we got guys like Wise and Awuzie.
I think we got a technical foul.
And we've got a technical.
And another technical
double
foul.
T.
Well, you got a technical on one of the players for the Dragons.
That's Baumgartner. And then Walthall jumps to his defense and got rung up as well. So we'll shoot free throws for a while, and I'm guessing Zach will go to the line.
And this is just frustration here boiling over in a game where you're down 55-23. Still playing very hard, the Dragons are, but I feel like they're not getting some calls.
And then you look at the fact that Walthall brought a very good team into First United Bank Center to go up against not a head coach he coached against, but a coaching staff that he was familiar with from an opposing school. And you know they've butted heads in the past, and it's turned out to be like this. Fun game, but not the margin that we were anticipating.
Toussaint missed that free throw there.
He says, I'll keep the score a little closer.
Yeah. Well, stay with your shot, Zach. He's kind of fading away.
Yeah.
He'll make this one.
His family in town from Johnsburg, Illinois for the tournament. They were lamenting yesterday. They think because of schedules, this will be the only trip they'll make to Canyon this year. Okay. So that means they'll be watching us on the LSC Digital Network.
Yeah, we enjoyed getting a chance to meet them and visit with them over the last 2 years. And, of course, a great moment last year at the Elite Eight when Zach hits the shot to send the Buffs to the national championship.
For about 8 hours.
Yeah.
He was the toast of the basketball world, and then at the D1 level, the same thing happened. Here's Brown. Reverse. Has the ball picked away by Sim. 2-on-1 Dragon break. Ahead to Baumgartner, who lays it up and in. 4 points for the Plymouth, Minnesota native. Makes it 58-25. Toussaint guarded by McGee. Switches sides to Wise. Wise on top to Wallace. Wallace guarded by Baumgartner. 12 on the shot clock. Wallace distributes, and he's going to get called for the charge.
He is, and Kent in the second half, very impressed with Simon Sim on both sides of the floor. He tips the ball away, gets the steal on the last possession, leads to a fast break in a bucket. Then on this possession here, perfect positioning, takes the charge. They have some players like Sim, a senior, that says, hey guys, we're getting beat pretty bad here at halftime. We're going to play harder in the second half.
Yeah, let's show some pride here. Sim very strong across the shoulders. Here's Baumgartner, guarded by Cameron Bell. Goes right side to Beninja, gets free, knocks down the three.
Pretty shot.
Yep. It's his second three. He's got 8. It's 58-28. Buffs still by 30. Oh, Cameron Bell put down Baumgartner with a fancy dribble, and then he can't finish. Finish what you start, Cameron.
Almost did. Had a nasty one of those last time in the NBA. Kevin Durant did one of those moves. He made his shot, though. The Slim Reaper.
Slim Reaper. Well, Zach was what? The
baby-faced
assassin. That's right. We've got a timeout on the floor with 15:41 to play in the second half. Buffs by 30. You're watching the D2CCA Tipoff Classic, sponsored by Sudden Link.
All right, get on your feet, fans. It's time for the Lions Realty T-shirt toss.
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched.
Score 58-28, West Texas A&M with the 30-point lead. It's been even in the second half. Each team has scored 10 points. So some better play, obviously, here from the Dragons in the second half. But they have dug themselves quite a hole on the road on day 2 of the D2CCA Tipoff Classic.
Jacob Beninja at the line, shooting twice, knocks down the first. He's a perfect 3 of 3 from the line this afternoon. Second shot, little short. There's Dalen Williams, tips the rebound to Wise. Buffs basketball. Buffs 3 of 7 in the second half from the field, still shooting 52% for the game after that incredible first half. And there's Wise called for the charge.
Yeah, you know, the last one that Sim took, I'll give you that one. This one, the defender still moving. Felt like that one could have been a block, as did Tom Brown.
Tell you what, if you're a Buffalo, Tom Brown always has your back.
You know, and I'm pretty sure what I just heard him say, and he's going to get a technical.
Yeah.
What he said was, ever since the head coach got up and you gave the technical there, and he complained, maybe rightfully so.
Yeah. He's got calls.
Yep.
And that's true. And I think if you watch basketball on TV or in person, that happens. That'll send Beninja to the line to shoot the technicals. He'll have 2 of them. And then the Dragons will have the basketball.
Love the fighting spirit from Tom Brown. You're up 30, still getting after him. And so this is a case of 2 Midwestern guys, right?
Yep. They'll meet together for a beer after and laugh about it.
58-31, WT leading.
Here's Baumgartner on the wing. Goes on top to Zimmer. Back to Baumgartner, trying to drive on Bell. Dalen Williams comes over with the help defense. Now outside to McGee. Wallace on him. McGee in the paint. Puts it up. Nice step back.
That's good shot there.
He had 12 yesterday. He's up to 7 now. 58-33. 25-point lead for the Buffs. It had been as much as 30. Wallace thinks about baseline. Bell to Blankley. Left wing to Wallace. Shot clock at 8. Wallace for 3. Can't get it to go. Blankley tried to get that offensive board, but it was grabbed by Sam.
This is a 10-0 run here by the Dragons. And WT has not scored in nearly 3 minutes.
Buffs' largest lead, 35 at the 17-16 mark of the second. Baumgartner backing in on Brown, kicks it out to McGee. Might have shuffled his feet. Little drop back, no good. Brown gets the rebound. Takes contact to the forehead. Sim knew what he did, and he went up and said, "Are you okay?"
And Kent, that was great ball defense by Addison Wallace. Got a hand right in the shooter's face that time and made that a very difficult shot for Lorenzo McGee.
You know, the fun thing is we've got another day of this tomorrow. 4 more games. Got another game still tonight.
Yep. We'll have a different look tomorrow up here from the broadcast position. Excited about Halloween tomorrow. I absolutely love Halloween. It seems like people either love it or hate it.
I'm obviously on the okay side because I'm letting you provide the costume.
Yes. We'll have some costumes and have some fun tomorrow.
Brown has his shot blocked by Berg. Ersfeld on the break. Now it's half-court game. Ersfeld puts up a 3, a little strong. Rebound pulled down by Owize. To Wise, ahead to Blankley. Hayden to Owize! Knock it down!
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Jesse Owize. The defender comes over, and Owize posterizes.
And he does it with such emphasis, the dreads are flying.
Well, and look, he's not even, no effect.
And then he knocks down the and one.
No finger wagging. No showboating.
Puts the team first.
Just another play.
61-33. Buffs still having fun. There's McGee. Knocked around like a pinball. Distributes left wing. Baumgartner 3, no good. Wallace with the rebound. Outlet to Owize. Back to Brown. To Wallace on the give and go. Oh, my.
And so they were on a 10-0 run. That time it's Addison Wallace, but you insert into the lineup Owize. Some things get turned around.
Yeah. And how about that distribution pass there, the assist by Brown. Great having the pep band here now. Buff Nation on hand. Great atmosphere. Here's McGee, hemmed in inside to Baumgartner, puts it up and in from 5.
I forgot about one player there.
Yeah.
Wide open was Baumgartner.
And he can score. 63-35, 12 and a half to play in the second. Wise with a long 3, too short. Rebound pulled down. By the Dragons.
And they have some size on the floor right now.
Oh, there, no. It's Eddie Beninja in the lineup. Wearing number 10. There's Brown, little kiss off the glass, and it won't go down. Berg with the rebound.
One of the few shots he's missed today. Brown was 6 of 9 before that one. Set 6 of 10 from the field. Good game.
And a steal by Blankley. Goes in all alone. He'll finger roll it in. And then he waves off the crowd who said dunk it home. How many times have we seen a Hayden Blankley fast break?
Once.
I'll let you look at that one.
We just saw it.
Beninja on the baseline. Turn around, no good. Owize with the rebound. Outlet to Wise. Blankley started the drive. Thought better of it. Now Wallace on the wing. Looks for a high screen. dribbles it off his foot. Turnover for the Buffaloes.
You know, and Hayden, 5 points, 4 rebounds. He had the 10 rebounds yesterday. He's worked hard in the offseason, a lot stronger than what he was last year. Still a great shooter.
Baumgartner inside to Berg. Double team comes. Wallace and Awize. And there's the cylinder call.
Yep, our favorite.
First of the year.
Yeah, our favorite.
That's the first personal foul.
They're giving him the space.
They get it on Jesse Awize, his first. The Buffs sixth as a team. 10:54 to play in the second. Timeout on the floor. Buffs up 65-35. You're watching the D2CCA Tipoff Classic, sponsored by Suddenlink.
Come on.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train long, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Our score, 65-35, West Texas A&M flexing their muscles today over Minnesota State Moorhead. Buffs for the game, shooting 51% from the field, still playing great defense, holding the Dragons to just 25%, and that improved drastically from what we saw in the first half. Balanced scoring for WT.
There's inbound to Berg. He wanted to dunk. Awize got a hand on it and drew the foul.
Good sportsmanship there from the Dragons as Beninja came over, Jacob Beninja, and helped him up.
Foul charged against Jesse Berg, and that will be his third.
Here's an AOMS trip to the line. Shooting, Jesse Awize.
It's going to be team foul number 8 against the Dragons. Berg thought he was going to go in and get a dunk to make up for what's been taking place at the other end, and Awize said, not in my house. Awize will shoot 1 and 1. Knocks it down.
Talked about what his high school coach had said about him last season from Byron Nelson. 16 points a game, 10.6 rebounds a game. He was the district MVP.
2 points, Jesse Awize.
And showing that he can perform at a high level here in college play.
He's got 7 points today, had 6 yesterday. Yesterday, 4 steals, 2 blocks.
Yeah, he's working on a double-double. There's a bucket for the Dragons. Awize, 1 more rebound, and he'll have 10. 1 more bucket, and he'll be in double-figure scoring.
There's Jacob Beninja with the bucket for Moorhead. Here's that. No, that's Larry Wise with the spin move.
The spin cycle. Got to take that laundry and wash it. Woo.
Awize with 2 assists and 3 steals this afternoon to go with his scoring. Nice pass from Jacob Beninja. Gets it inside to Zimmer for the lay-in. Blankley, his pass. Telegraphed it. Stolen away by Mirren. Gabe Mirren goes in for his first bucket of the game. 69-42. 27-point lead for the Buffs. They've led by as much as 35. Wallace couldn't tell if he's trying to feed Awize or if he's trying to reverse there.
It was good help defense by MSU. They're calling out a set, the bench is.
Zimmer gets it on top to Queth. who's been really quiet in this game.
What they wanted is this right here, ISO in the post.
And that's what happens. Awize with the block and the rebound.
I mean, calling him out, saying, hey, let's go. We got the freshman down there. Let's get the ball inside. Awize steps up to the challenge defensively.
Not playing like a first-year player. Wallace double-teamed outside to Wise. Shot short. Rebound controlled by the Dragons.
Got a good look, though.
Buffs playing with a lot of confidence in this game. 8:30 to play. Here's Jacob Benanja, stolen by Awize, and then a frustration foul. Wow. Number 1 is showing that he can play at this level.
Yeah.
That's his second personal.
A couple of steals already. Actually, 3 steals now for Awize.
One in the bonus.
You know what I'm looking forward to? At some point, David Chavlovic's going to come back to town to watch a game, and we're going to get him up here with us and have him watch this team.
Yep.
He will tell it like it is.
Is he – I don't want to say the godfather. I mean, you know, like in the years that we've gone through here in the program, because really it started –
He was the first one that really lit things up.
Yep.
There's going to be a block against Awize. That'll be his second. Team foul number 7. That'll send Gavin Baumgartner to the line, shooting 1 and 1.
Yeah, we have been fortunate to see a lot of very talented basketball players and some guys just with
some great personalities.
Yes,
just good people.
Jordan Collins, Eric Mosley, Ryan Quaid.
Yeah, Quaid's in the financial industry up in Denver now. Sent me an email a couple weeks ago just checking in. He's kind of, I want to say giving up on the basketball, but during COVID it was a tough time to try and play overseas. Chavlovic was trying to do that. Evans was doing
Jordan
that.
Evans.
You know, Ryan was, and it was just tough. Well, Ryan falling back on the financial world. You know he'll be successful. Brown up top to Booker, who's had a long spell on the bench with his 4 fouls. Inside of 8 to play here. Toussaint dribbles outside. McGee with Matador defense. Gives it to Booker. 7. Kavan spins, forces it up. No good. Rebound comes down to the Dragons' Berg. McGee on the wing to Berg. Here's a 3. Benanja knocks it down. Jacob Benanja. And he is up to 17 points, I believe.
22-point deficit. Close as it's been in a long time. Layup for JB.
Yeah, and a quick timeout by Tom Brown.
Media timeout.
All right, we'll take it with them. 7:14 to play in the ballgame. Buffs lead comfortably, 71-47. Another look here. Julius Brown.
Acceleration.
Nice. We're back after this timeout. The D2CCA Tipoff Classic, sponsored by Suddenlink, continues after these messages.
Welcome to MetaDrive Pharmacy, Canyon's hometown pharmacy for over 32 years. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to counsel you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly, professional service and the highest quality medicines and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all your healthcare needs.
This is what a new heart valve looks like. This is what a bypassed artery looks like. And this is what a repaired aortic aneurysm looks like. The BSA Heart and Vascular team is here to help you live life to the fullest. From our state-of-the-art cardiac technologies to our dedicated heart specialists, our goal is to help you take the very best care of your heart so you can enjoy everything else that matters to you. BSA for life.
That's what I miss is the free throws. Yeah.
Come on, Buff Nation.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. As WT comes back onto the floor, 7:14 still to play in this one, and WT leads 71-47. We still have one more game after this. We'll conclude day 2 with Damon College taking on Colorado Mesa And I'm expecting that one to be a good matchup, Kent.
Yeah, you've got two perennial postseason teams. Damon College falling to the Buffs in the NCAA quarterfinals last year in the Elite Eight. Here's McGee. He'll put up a three. Can't get it to go. Wise with the rebound. That'll be his fifth. Brown in the paint, kicks it outside. Bell for three, little short, hit the front of the rim. Beninja with the rebound. Finds McGee on the baseline. Goes around Bell off the glass, can't get it to fall.
Yeah, I think somebody
we've got a
touched it.
goaltend.
Sim just barely got a hand on it while it was still hanging up there on the rim.
That'll go as a turnover.
And that we're going to go to a media timeout, I believe. 6:30.
Yes, we are.
6:31.
6:31.
Okay, so the score 71-47. West Texas A&M with the lead. We're back with more basketball from the First United Bank Center right after this.
Joints begin to fail, it's more than an inconvenience. The relentless grinding pain slows you down and can even stop you from doing the things you enjoy in life. At Physicians Surgical Hospitals, our skilled orthopedic experts are using advanced robotic surgeries to get you back to being you sooner with a less painful recovery. We're doing more than restoring joints. We're restoring lives.
Need a win tonight.
West Texas A&M with the lead, 71-47. The fans enjoying this one today. Kent Johnson and I enjoying this one. And for the Buffaloes, it's just been consistent throughout. They obviously had the hot start in the first half. But they have continued that play in the second.
MSU Moorhead actually outscoring the Buffaloes by 6 here in the second half. Here's a nice give and go.
Big block.
Kavon can't finish. Berg gets up there. Yes, sirree. Sim hands it off to Beninja.
You know, you love about Julius Brown, Kent, his defense just as good as his offense. Yeah. He is tight on his man.
McGee loses it to Wise. 2-on-1. Wise in off the glass and in the bucket.
Steal and score! Larry Wise.
The great play, the step through, 2-on-1. Could have dumped that off, but the way the defense was playing it, they're almost sinking off. And so he just takes it to the rack.
Inside of 6 to play. Buffs up 73-47. There's a three, nothing but net. Jacob Beninja. He's got 13 in the second half. 17 for the game. Toussaint with a long three. Won't go. Berg with the rebound and the outlet.
Berg is every bit of 6'10".
Yeah.
He's big body out there.
Baumgartner tries to drive on Brown, kicks out to Sam, launches a three, won't go. Ball kept alive by McGee to Berg, and we've got a foul.
And we have Lorenzo McGee slow to get up.
Fifth personal foul.
Now
Kavon is fouled out.
To the 6'6" sophomore guard from Church, Texas, Kavon Booker. He fouls out with a basket.
McGee gets up. He'll apparently be okay.
There's a look at Kavon. Good hustle from him today. Wasn't his best offensive performance, but gave good minutes. Got in a little bit of foul trouble.
At the line, shooting for the Dragons, Jesse Berg.
Berg converts. Man, he gets that ball up there and almost shoots down at the basket. Wow.
It's like me upstairs with my son on the Nerf goal.
Here's Wise for the Buffaloes. has the ball knocked away. Gets it to Julius Brown. Brown from 15, got it.
He's made 5 or 6 of those today. Just strong dribbling, absorbs some contact, waits until he has an opening, and then hits that jump shot.
18 points for Julius is a Buffalo high for him. Wow, nice shot by Baumgartner.
Yeah, we're seeing a much better offensive output here in the second half for the Dragons. They've now made 8 threes for the game. That's 2 more than the Buffs have made.
That's a challenge.
It is, and I think this is a different team, obviously. This is, for West Texas A&M, high offensive production. They don't have to shoot all those threes, although they'll take one here.
Like that.
That's a back 40.
Larry Wise drains it. We've got a timeout on the floor, 3:55 to play. Buffs on top, 78-56. You're watching Buffalo basketball and the D2CCA Tipoff Classic, sponsored by Suddenlink.
90 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Buffs!
All right, welcome back to the First United Bank Center. The crowd enjoying this one today, 78-56, the Buffs lead with still 3:55 to play. Day before Halloween, still one more basketball game.
We have seen some good basketball and fully prepared for strange things tomorrow.
That's right.
One of them may be whatever costume you've got for me. Here's McGee, drives to the bucket, goes over Wallace and Williams. 9 points for Lorenzo McGee.
Julius Brown just taking his time up here, letting the shot clock run down. It's down to 8 seconds.
Brown with the step back, can't get it to go. Ball batted around.
And they can do it again. Well, they can do it for 20 seconds.
Be the Buffs basketball.
Jesse Owise back into the game.
If Toussaint can score one more time, Kent, he'll have a new career high. 20 points today for Zach on 6 of 11 shooting.
Here's Toussaint with 6 on the shot clock. Gets some space, drives in, kicks it in the corner to Brown. Step back 3, yes!
Perfect basketball.
How about that for execution? Yes, sir.
Guard to guard.
Wow.
And again, we've said it several times. Julius Brown, glad to have you with us, buddy.
Oh, baby, yes. He was fun to watch with Lincoln Memorial. He's more fun to watch at WT. McGee kicks it out to Berg. To Beninja. In, out, no good. Wallace with the rebound. Here we go. Addison down court to Owise. Yes.
And now Owise is in double figures. He has 11 points to go along with his 9 rebounds. Assist to Wallace.
That's his 4th. 4 assists for the Cleburne native. Owise tries to slap it away. Berg will put up a 3, and there you go.
Pretty shot for the 6'10" player there.
Yes, sir. We're going to have a substitution timeout here as Bell, Austin Shelley, Jonas Carlisle, a freshman from San Antonio, Parker Nielsen, and we're seeing our first appearance this year for Torian Harris. Gabe Marin returns to the floor for the Dragons. And Trevor Kaiser making his first appearance of the season for Moorhead. 6'2" junior from Dassel, Minnesota.
I think they whistled up there Myron with the foul, the freshman from Blaine, Minnesota.
It's his first personal. Sends Cameron Bell to the line.
Cameron Bell at the line.
Cameron knocks down the first one. It's a perfect 3 of 3 on the year. Got them both.
Yep.
4 points for Cameron. Buffs lead back up to 24.
All right, we've had some spectacular dunks in this game. The lineup that's on the floor, who's the guy that can get another dunk? Torian Harris, right? Remember last year?
Torian can get up there. Parker Nielsen comes away with the rebound. Yeah, this is a lineup that you want to see what they can do. MSU Moorhead still has some formidable play out there.
Strong drive that time by Carlisle.
Yeah. San Antonio product.
Yeah, his first time on the floor here today.
In fact, of this group on the floor, Austin Shelley and Cameron Bell were the 2 that saw action yesterday.
Okay.
Nice shot from Jonas Carlisle. Nice arc, nothing but net. Inside of a minute to play. Buffs led at 1 point in the second half by 35. Carlisle makes them both.
2 points for Jonas.
Leads 87-61 right now. Here's Myron. Gets it back to Wyatt Hansen, who takes it to the rack. 6'5" senior from Stanley, North Dakota.
This is a very impressive win here today for West Texas A&M. Just the second game of the season, obviously, but one that because we know how good the Dragons are, it kind of catches your attention.
Here's Shelley, splits some defenders, has the ball blocked, out of bounds, but Buffs will retain possession. Someone's got to throw it in here. That'll be Cameron Bell. 23 seconds to play, 9 on the shot clock. They get it into Shelley, and we've got a whistle. And we're going to have an illegal screen.
Yeah, the wah, illegal screen, right? Everybody loves that one.
Torian Harris guilty of the foul, his first. Team's 9th, 19 seconds to play. Here's Myron. Muscles in on Harris, and they're going to say Torian's bucking him too much.
Yeah, well, John Madden give him the business.
Yeah. Dragons in the double bonus will send Gabe Myron to the line, shooting twice. Makes the first. Cuts the Buffs lead to 23, can make it 22 here, which he does. Buffs will bring it down court, and I doubt if they attempt a shot. So we're inside of 5 seconds. An emphatic win for the Buffaloes. 87-65. West Texas A&M defeats MSU Moorhead. The Buffs improves their season record to 2-0. The Dragons fall to 0-2. Impressive win, impressive style points for West Texas A&M. Don't go away, we'll have our post-game wrap. And that'll be followed at 6:30 by Damon and Colorado Mesa. Lucas and I will be back after this. You're watching the D2CCA Tipoff Classic on Sudden Link.
Joints begin to fail, it's more than an inconvenience. The relentless grinding pain slows you down and can even stop you from doing the things you enjoy in life. At Physicians Surgical Hospitals, our skilled orthopedic experts are using advanced robotic surgeries to get you back to being you sooner with a less painful recovery. We're doing more than restoring joints. We're restoring lives.
90 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1831 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
Welcome to MetaDrive Pharmacy, Canyon's hometown pharmacy for over 32 years. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to counsel you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly, professional service and the highest quality medicines and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all your healthcare needs.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer and put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer and put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Bud Light, proudly brewed
in the heart of Texas.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
How do you make something that's already fresh even fresher? By adding fresh new things, like crisp pico de gallo for a little kick, and creamy cilantro lime sauce for that extra whoa. And pepper jack cheese because, of course, all on top of 2 fresh beef patties, or with chicken on a brioche bun. Whataburger's limited time pico de gallo burger and new pico de gallo chicken sandwiches. Good thing for fresh things. Good thing there's Whataburger.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center as we conclude this one. WT, the number 3 ranked Buffaloes win by a final of 87-65, defeating Minnesota State Moorhead. And for the Buffaloes, you see there some great stats. Field goal percentage, how about 51%? 3-pointers. You look at each side. Minnesota State actually hits, Moorhead hits one more 3-pointer than what the Buffs did. Free throws, both teams shoot great from the free throw line, 87% for the Dragons and 83% for West Texas A&M. Rebound advantage, 3 for WT, 40-37. Just so much balance for the Buffaloes, though. As we look down individually, 2 players score at least 20 points. The 2 guards, Zach Toussaint scores 20, Julius Brown scores 21. 11 points for Larry Wise, 11 points for for Jesse Awize, 9 points for Wallace. Great production offensively and defensively for so many players for the Buffaloes. And this is one that yesterday we saw great defense. Today, again, we see great defense, but we see an explosion offensively, and we see for WT several talented players that looked a lot more comfortable playing with each other in game number 2. And unfortunately for Minnesota State Moorhead, they happen to be on the receiving end of it.
Well, last year, the Buffs averaged 91.5 points a game, and you thought, there's no way to have as much turnover personnel-wise and get to that. The Buffs cooled off in the second half. At one point, it looked like 90 was going to be a given, but MSU Moorhead had something to do with that. The Buffs in the second half shooting 46% from the field and only dropping in 3 3-pointers. The first half was one of those halves where the Buffs could do no wrong. Everything fell for the Dragons. Nothing would fall. And momentum got on the Buff side. And when they get that kind of scenario, they are tough to play with. And that's what the Dragons found. Now in the second half, MSU Moorhead outscores the Buffs by 8. But when you've dug a 35-point hole, it's tough to overcome. But, man, impressed with what we've seen with this WT Buffalo team in the first 2 games.
Yeah.
Impressed with the way the guys are playing together as a unit. Last night there were some times when it was like, okay, not quite on the same page, but with a little work, this is going to come together. Today, it came together.
Yeah, you look at, for WT, the average fan looks at the loss of, we've already talked about this, but the loss of Quay Grant and Joel Murray, and then throw John L. Fugit in the mix as well. That's nearly 60 points or around that, a game that you lost. So there's no way that Tom Brown's team can be as potent this year. Well, maybe not, right? Because what we've seen is just 2 games into the season, but again, what we've seen is some new players come in with great skill set, obviously. Some players that were here last year, like Zach Toussaint, who scores 20 points today, continue to get better and better. And so it's going to be the same style. They're going to get up and down the floor. This team is playing very good defense 2 games into it. So yesterday they hold Colorado Mesa to 63 points. Today, Minnesota State Moorhead just 65 points scored. And so a great look for WT. 2 games in, 2-0 record.
That's some defense. And tomorrow they will match up against a foe that they met in the Elite Eight last year, Damon, and we'll get to see one of the nation's premier big men at any level.
Yeah.
When we see Andrew Sisko go up. He has scored over 2,000 points. He's grabbed over 1,100 rebounds in his career. He is the leading active scorer and rebounder in Division II this year.
Wow.
And he can play. He is just an old school center. He's not one of these that's going to handle the ball and all that, but he's fun to watch.
87-65 the final. Let's take one final timeout, then we'll wrap things up here from the First United Bank Center. We're back right after this here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train long, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Again, the final score for this one today. West Texas A&M improves the record to 2-0 as they defeat Minnesota State Moorhead 87-65. It was a fun one, KJ.
It was fun. It was fun watching the newcomers, the things they can do. We're starting to see the on-court personality of this team. Free-flowing style. They can play defense. They can play offense. And we'll get to see it again tomorrow. 6:30 will be the tip time for the Buffs tomorrow. The Lady Buffs have the 4 o'clock game against Southwestern Oklahoma State. So we're going to be a little bit later, giving some of these away teams an opportunity to get on the road early to head back home. But it's been a heck of a tournament. We got one game and one more day to go. It's going to be fun.
All right, Damon College will take on Colorado Mesa. That'll be our next game after we step aside for a short break here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. We appreciate our director, Jacob Johnson, from the Thunder Vision production team.